Hey, good evening, everyone. It's 6 o'clock, May 18th, 2020. Time to call the City Council meeting to order. I will go ahead and do roll call. Mr. Austin. Here. Mr. Blanken. Taking roll call. Mr. Hukin.
Present.
Lisa Jones.
Present.
Ann McGinnis.
Here.
Chris Reinerson.
Here.
Sean Taylor.
Here.
Okay, all 7 councilmen are here. Jane Rhodes, clerk treasurer's here, and Lynn Gray, attorney, is here. We do have 3 people in the audience today, and just so everybody knows, we are social distancing, have our chairs separated 6 feet apart, and also, just so you know, June the 1st, we're going to try to have a in-person meeting June 1st, as long as the everything is still going good and the governor doesn't set us back a little bit with any illnesses. We're going to shoot for June the 1st. And I can assure you, if you stop down City Hall, you'll see it's in a safe manner. So, with that being said, I'll go ahead and ask for Brian Reese to lead us in a prayer and pledge allegiance.
Let's pray. Our Father, we come to you this evening in humble gratitude for your love and your goodness. Tonight, I just want to thank you for how good it is just to see just a little bit of a taste of life returning. And I pray that as decisions are made regarding that you would give wisdom and that everyone would be safe and mindful of their neighbor. And may we love our neighbors ourselves in this. I pray tonight you'd be with this agenda and the items on it, give wisdom for the decisions that need to be made tonight. And tonight I'm mindful of all of our graduating seniors here and their families. I pray that you would help this be a special, memorable time for them and be with them as they make decisions for the journey ahead in their life. I still thank you for our amazing hospital and emergency medical staff and just the great, amazing job they're doing, and to bless them and help them and their families as they continue to serve on the front lines. Be with us in wisdom tonight as our leaders desire to do what is best for the residents of this city. Help them to do so. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Let's stand together for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic,
one
nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with liberty
and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Is there any announcements or presentations or public comment? Yes?
Yeah, I'm just here to observe.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all righty. Does anybody else on the call have any announcements, presentations, or public comment? Okay, hearing none, we will go to the consent agenda.
Mayor, move to approve the consent agenda as written. Second.
Mr. Austin made a motion. Mr. Blankenship second. So we will now do roll call. Ken Austin. Dan Blankenship.
Here.
Roll call vote. Yay. Bob Hukin.
Are we doing a roll call or a vote?
We're doing a vote. Roll call vote. Okay, Lisa Jones.
Yes.
Ann McGinnis.
Yes.
Chris Reinerson.
Yes.
Sean Taylor.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. There isn't any old business, and item number 1 under new business.
Mayor, I need to ask you to read new business by title only.
Mr. Austin made a motion to read new business by title only. Mr. Blankenship second. So we will take a roll call vote. You hear that, Bob? Roll call vote.
All right.
I'll start with Sean Taylor.
Yes.
Chris Reinerson.
Yes.
Ann McGinnis.
Yes.
Lisa Jones.
Yes.
Bob Hukin.
Yes.
Dan Blankenship.
Yes.
And Mr. Austin. Okay. Item number 1 is for introduction only. Common Council Ordinance number 20-05, approving Resolution number 20-06 of the City of Franklin Plan Commission, rezoning certain property to IG Industrial General to be known as legal rezoning. Senior Planner Joanna Myers.
Good evening. We received a request from Innovative Casting Technologies to rezone approximately 36 acres at the northeast corner of Earlywood Drive and Graham Road from Industrial Business Development to Industrial General. This was submitted by the petitioner with a number of commitments. This was heard by the Plan Commission. They did forward a unanimous vote to approve the rezoning with 2 commitments. One was to remove permitted uses in the IG from allowing adult uses in truck freight terminals, and then also the second commitment was to restrict access from the property along Earlywood Drive to a single point. This is set for introduction this evening, and we are requesting that this be set for public hearing at your next meeting.
Okay, Joanna, I got one question, and I could have asked you any time, but it just come to my mind. In the future planning, we were looking to put a roundabout there at Graham and Earlywood a few years down the road. They're aware of that, correct?
They are. They've actually already submitted for a primary plat that is going before Plan Commission tomorrow evening, and within that petition there is discussion regarding that proposed roundabout.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody else have any questions for Joanna on this introduction? Okay, hearing none, we will go to item number 2. Common Council Resolution number 20-08, a declaratory resolution designated an economic revitalization area for Sunbeam Development, Community Development Specialist Dana Mawson.
Yes, good evening. This is a declaratory resolution to designate 2 parcels as an economic development area. The parcels are on the northwest corner of Jim Black Road and State Road 44 King Street, directly east of the interstate. This is Sunbeam Development that is going to be coming in there. They are proposing to build a second spec building. If you will recall, they built the first spec building of 1 million square feet on the south side of State Road 44 in the Franklin Tech Park. That is now the home of Energizer. They came before the Economic Development Commission on May the 12th. And the Economic Development Commission recommended approval of declaring this an economic development area and also a tax abatement, which you will receive at your next meeting. So Ms. McGinnis is also on the Economic Development Commission. She and I both can answer any questions that you have about this. And also we're requesting that this be set for public hearing on June the 1st.
Would that explain?
Yeah. For purposes of persons that are in the audience as well, what you are being asked to do tonight is to approve the resolution designating this as an economic revitalization area, because it is not. In Section 4 of the resolution that is before you, if you adopt it, then you are ordering that there be a public hearing scheduled for June 1st. At that public hearing, then you would either confirm an economic revitalization area, and if you pass that confirmation, then you may go forward and consider the tax abatement. That would be at the public hearing on June the 1st.
And I want to add just one thing about the tax abatement. Krista and Dana have gotten to give more information so people can better understand the tax abatement. If that stayed a farm field, of course we love our farmers and we need them all, but everybody moves forward. If that stayed a farm field in 20 years, tax revenue would be $62,000, and by even with the tax abatement that's been proposed, in 20 years we will receive $6.2 million. So a lot of times people, and I like to say this and get it on the record a lot, you guys will get tired of hearing me say that, a lot of people think that if you have a tax abatement that they don't pay taxes, which not is the case. It just gets phased in, and I know everybody on the council knows that, but I want to say that on the record every chance I get. It gets phased in and everybody pays taxes. So, but that's not what we're voting on tonight. We're voting to make it a ERA designation.
That is correct, and then it will be confirmed at the next meeting after a public hearing.
Mayor, I make the motion to so move. Common Council Resolution 20-08. Vote on the ERA designation approval. Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Austin and a second by Mr. Blankenship. Is there any more discussion before we go to vote for Dana or Ms. Gray? Does anybody have any questions?
Mayor, I just have a question. Just so I fully understand, the economic revitalization area designation, is that designation, as a newbie on the council, I'm unfamiliar with that. So I'm just asking if that is solely for the tax abatement, or are there other items that designation allows for?
That designation is required in order to be able to do any type of abatements, whether it's real property or personal property. And this particular designation will be for those two parcels that make up this development. Ms. Gray, is there anything else we need to clarify?
No, you're exactly right, Lisa. You cannot do an abatement unless the area that's designated for economic revitalization. Now, you'll see in the staff report that Dana included those things that are considerations. Sometimes, as a council member, you may be presented with tax abatement requests that you can vote on right away. That's probably because those parcels of land are already in economic revitalization area. But the first step in the process, if it is not an ERA, is to determine it to be an ERA. And generally speaking, it's for a community to determine this is where we want our next type of growth to occur. So you designate that area, and that generally will attract developers to come into your community and build development.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anybody else? Okay, we have a motion and a second. So I will do a roll call vote, and I'll start this time with Mr. Austin. He votes yes. Mr. Blankenship? Yes. He votes yes. Mr. Buchan?
Yes.
Lisa Jones?
Yes.
Ann McGinnis?
Yes.
Chris Reinerson?
Yes.
Sean Taylor?
Yes.
Okay, that was unanimous vote to make it ERA. Okay, thank you. There isn't any other business that gets us to council comments. So we will start with Mr. Austin.
Mayor, I don't have anything tonight. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Blankenship.
No comments, Mayor.
Mr. Euchen.
No comments. Thank you.
Mrs. Jones.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry, I dropped that call accidentally.
Mrs. McGinnis, do you have any comments?
I just want to thank everyone. I know we're moving towards reopening everything, and I just want to thank everyone at the city for what they're doing and making sure that that happens in the right way in accordance with the governor's mandate. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you all on June 1st.
Thank you. Mr. Reinerson.
No comment today. Just excited to see everyone again in 2 weeks.
Okay, Mr. Sean Taylor.
No comment today, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, how about Ms. Rhodes? She's thinking real hard.
Two things, really. I don't know, I couldn't repeating myself, but we did receive money. We do know how much money is going to be designated to the city of Portland for the CARES Act. It's $819,400 and some odd cents dollars. So all of our department heads have been instructed previously to keep track and mark any invoices that they would be sending to our office, COVID-19. So we will start processing those and getting our money back. So this is not revenue loss. It's only for money that we have spent that wasn't previously budgeted. If the money is in our budget marked, we can't do it. It has to be COVID-19 items that were purchased. So we'll start that process.
Okay, anything else? Ms. Gray?
No, I was just going to, unless you were going to, Mayor. The mayor has put together a reopening action plan, so I think the department heads have got a lot of information. I'm segueing off of what Councilwoman McGinnis was saying, and it seems the department heads are really moving forward with the action plan. Also, we received a notice at our Board of Works meeting that the Stronger Together grant from Okra is now, the applications are on our website. So, council members, if you have people who are interested in making those applications, they should go out and look on our website for the application. And then, Mayor, are you going to say anything about the railroad?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to, in case you start getting calls or comments from people, the railroad has shut down Adams Street, and they have taken the pedestrian walkway away from Adams Street also. So we will in the future, I don't know what they're going to put up. Now they got some ballards there. They've taken all the blacktop up, so you can't get across there, and we made sure that our first responders know not to go that way. And in the future, our street department or somebody will be making that look just a little bit better with a better than just a concrete ballard at the end of it. So I think we all know that the railroad, you can't, they play by a different set of rules, and it seems like, you know, you get your town looking good around the railroad crossings, and they come in and tear it up and don't really care. So that's just my thoughts with the railroad. I can't stand to deal with the railroad. And I know there's a lot of mayors and NDOT commissioners that feel the same way. So anyway, that's all I got to say there. Mark, we did, he said that at Board of Works there was 7 contractors that are picked up the bid plans for the amphitheater. That's a good thing. So the more the bid on it, maybe we'll get a better pricing with it. I think in a couple of weeks, sometime June, middle of June, I think, is when the bid opening was going to be. I don't know the exact date. So we got some good stuff going on there. Alleyways have been paved. The Board of Works approved for the second round of paving that the council put the extra funding in about 3 meetings ago. We will get the streets out to you tomorrow. I'll have Tara send the proposed streets that we're going to pave. I'll have her send that to you. Forsyth Street, I think you all see it's opened up. The landscaping part of it's done, looking pretty good. EPA has still got, they are treating the plume that's left behind, and it seems like in the meetings that we've had with EPA, it's working. So we're making some good progress there, and I really appreciate all the patience and hard work everybody's had with that. But other than that, Lynn's got one other thing here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Our next meeting we're intending on doing in person for all those that are voting, but in talking to Rick tonight, we do have public hearings on several things. We'll have it on the Lago rezoning, as you heard. We'll also have it on the tax abatement, and we'll also have it on our sewer capacity fees public hearings. Those are all noticed. So we have a pretty heavy public hearing agenda next time. So if we are all in person, we will leave the remote call-in number for persons in the public. So if you have constituents that are still concerned about their health or they're concerned because of their conditions or their age, they are still able to call in and listen to what and observe what we are doing remotely. And so I wanted to make sure that you were aware that your constituents can do that. We have to be here in person to vote, but they can certainly call in and listen to know what's going on. I think that's something we may continue throughout the summer, just to let the public know as much as possible.
And we, just so you know, I stated this earlier, we do have the chairs situated tonight 6 feet apart. We can all be here 6 feet apart and fit about 30 people in here comfortably. And we'll be monitoring at the door that we don't overcrowd and make it where somebody could go outside and call in on a cell phone if we have that many people. But I think you all know we, in the past, haven't had that many people at the meeting. So we feel comfortable we can do this.
Or he'll kick me out. Yeah. We'll make room.
No, Lynn's staying right here. So, anyway, I'll stop talking now. Anybody got anything else? If not, we're ready for a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Mr. Blankenship made the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, now we got to do the roll call vote again. That's the governor's rules. Ken Austin. Yes. Dan Blankenship. Yes. Bob Hukin.
Yes.
Lisa Jones.
Yes.
Ann McGinnis.
Yes.
Chris Reinerson.
Yes.
Sean Taylor.
Yes.
Thank you, and you guys have a good night.
Thank
You too. Have a good week, everyone.